Hi dear, I'm Shabana Emma from Netaji Memorial Arts and Science College, Nemara. So here today I'm going to study, give you classes on the topic electronic devices from first semester BSc Computer Science. So first semester electronic devices. What is electronic components? Electronic components is divided into mainly two types. We know electronic components are resistors, inductors, then resistors, inductors, capacitors. All these electronic devices are divided into mainly two categories, that is active and passive components. What is active and passive components? Is active and passive components are mainly dividing these electronic components. The total electronic components is divided into two classes, that is active component and passive components. What is the active component? Please check here. Active electronic components are those that can control the flow of electricity. They can control the flow of electricity. We know flow of electrons is called electricity. This flow of electrons is controlled with the help of active components, active electronic components. But whereas in passive components, we cannot control it. Please look, active electronic components. Here we can see the transistor, MOSFET, then amplifier. And here we see the passive components like resistors, capacitors, inductors, and all. So, and some of the active components are transistors, vacuum tubes, silicon control rectifiers, that is SCR, and so on. Next, let us see what is a passive component. Okay, passive components are those that they don't have the ability to control the electric current by means of another electrical signal. Some examples of passive components are resistors, capacitors, transformers, and diodes. That means they are not able to control the flow of electric current. They are not able to produce, or they are not able to control the electric current. Then, next, let me move more into the main passive component, passive electronic component, that is our resistor. Resistor is, what is resistance? That is any hindrance to the flow of current. We can say that any hindrance to the flow of current is called as what? Resistance. That hindrance, that is that blockage to the current flow is called resistance. And the devices which is used for this resistance is called resistor. Resistor are the devices which is used for resistance purpose. Mainly carbon composition resistor. There are many types of carbon resistor types. Mainly we are using carbon composition resistor. That is, it is have meaning. It is having 4 to 6 bands. If you are taking a resistor, we can see a lot of bands which is rounded in the resistor types, that each band represent each color, that each band represent each significant digit of a resistor. A 6 band resistor is like a 5 band resistor, but indicates a temperature coefficient also. Then let me tell you what are the resistor types, resistor bands. Okay, first band is shows the first significant digit, and the second band shows the second significant digit. Third band shows the multiplier. Third band shows the multiplier, and the fourth band, here you can see fourth band show the tolerance value, that is multiplier. Multiplier. What are the multiplier values? Okay, third band shows the multiplier value. What is the multiplier? And the fifth band is not applicable. There's no need of that sixth band or not. Okay, mainly there are we need to find the value of a resistor. We need only 4 bands, including the tolerance value. We need only mainly 4 bands to be identified. These 4 bands, each band represent each color, that should be maintained. Then the next passive device, electronic component device, is what? Capacitor. Capacitor, we know it is used for storing electrical energy. Electrical energy, whereas inductor is used to store magnetic energy, whereas capacitor is used to store electrical energy. The main difference between an inductor and capacitor is that, whereas capacitor is used to store electrical energy, whereas inductor is used to store metallic, that means uh, magnetic energy. So main important capacitor is parallel plate capacitor. One of our main important capacitor is parallel plate capacitor. Okay. Despite of this storing electrical energy, mainly this parallel plate capacitor is of two types. Two parallel plates in between is separated by a dielectric constant. Two parallel plates are placed. In between them, there will be a dielectric constant. That is a structure of a parallel plate capacitor. Then let me move directly to inductor. Inductor means it's a coil. We can see the coil of an inductor. Inductor is a coil. It's also an electronic component that is used to store the, here you can see, that is used to store the electric, stores energy in a magnetic field when electric current flows through. Here through inductor also we can see the electric current can flow, but it will not store the electric current, whereas it stores the magnetic field in it. So this inductor mainly works on this electromotive force, EMF. I think you all got a little bit idea of main passive components like resistor, inductor, and capacitor.